Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. Thank you once again for joining me. I made a decision in the last couple of days that for a change I was going to try and find a spot in Sutton Park close to where I live that I've never ever actually been into before. There are still 3 or 4 little pockets of this park where I've never actually been, and in fact there are 7 different gates to enter the park by, and this one that I've just entered the park today, this gate here where I've just come in, is the only one that I've never actually been to before. So I decided to enter the park this way, but also it's in an area of the park which is well known for the wild Exmoor ponies that roam around here. And just on my way into this bit of woodland, which is obviously very dense and very busy, as you can see behind me, I came across 2 of those wild Exmoor ponies, but I hadn't seen them virtually until they were right up in my eye line, because everything is so dense and busy around here. So I was having to look around at every direction I was walking and watch where I'm stepping to make sure I don't literally bump into these animals. In the meantime, I found a shot just here, just behind me, and it looks like some kind of meeting place or den or something like that. It's just like a little cutting in the middle of the woodland where all the trees have somehow managed to kind of lean into one another, towards one another, and create this like little circular area for people to meet up. That looks like quite an interesting shot, so I'm going to stop here and take that. But I don't know when I'm next going to bump into one of these Exmoor ponies, so I've got to keep my eyes out while I'm doing this. So initially I've set this up with an aperture of f11 because there's a little bit of depth in this image, not too much but a little bit, and I want to try and capture all of that in focus. But also, as well as doing that, I've initially focused on this little bit of log just here at the front of the image. That's probably just about 1/3 of the way into the image, so I've focused on there, knowing that virtually all of the rest of the image will be in focus anyway at f11. But I've also then taken a second image which is focused on this area here, just right in the middle of that little cutting, and there's some trees just right around the edge of the back edge of that, which look quite interesting. So I focused just there as well to ensure that I've got perfect front to back focus all the way through the image. I'm going to move on now because obviously I don't really want to be bumping into these wild Exmoor ponies, because I don't know how they're going to react to me being in their space. But I should be okay. I'm not too far away from an area that I know quite well anyway, so as long as I can find my way to there, I'll be perfectly okay. I hope you can see that. Just through the trees just there, there's another Exmoor pony just roaming wild in the park. I'm trying to talk a little bit quietly because just over my left shoulder there's another one, just the other side of the path, kind of hidden in the undergrowth. And I think I'm going to try and take a couple of pictures of these 2 guys. So I'll set these up and take a few photos for you. Well, it looks like I found the area where the ponies are. There's this path behind me that runs through the park in this area. It's a path that I've never ever been up before. I knew there were ponies somewhere near here, so I just decided I was going to walk up this path one day and see if I can find anything. As you'll see from the video, from the footage that I've just been posting, there are some ponies around. I've spotted a couple. I tried to take a couple of photos of a couple. I don't know how much further I'm going to be walking but I think there's quite a nice composition of that path with a bit of an S-curve in it, just a little bit further back from where I am now. So on the way back there, I think I might stop and see if I can capture a photo there, and just maybe we'll have another pony walk across that path as we try and take the shot. So I'm going to head up this path for a little way now and see if there's anything else that I can find. In fact, I think I've just found a spot just here that might make an interesting composition. Just at the side of the path, just behind me, we've got this tree here, and it's almost like a little bit of a cut in at the side of the path, just at the edge of the woodland. Well, that was quite interesting. Just as I was trying to take that last shot, I suddenly heard some movement on the path just a few yards away from where I was standing. So I turned to my left and I could see, walking up the path just 15 yards ahead of me, were two more Exmoor ponies. I was in the middle of trying to take a photo at the time, so I couldn't stop and record them because I was trying to capture the photo, but they suddenly decided to step off the path and walk into a little bit of woodland, literally 6 to 10 feet from where I was standing. So that was quite interesting. Anyway, I carried on up the path, which has come out into a bit of a clearing with, on one side of it, we've got some newly planted saplings just over here. A row of these newly planted saplings. I say newly planted, they could be up to 10 years old, I suppose, but they're on the opposite side of the path. As I turn around here, there's a line of silver birch trees all along the one side of the path. So I've stopped here because I think there's a composition just behind where I'm standing with a group of silver birch trees stood together, which are going to kind of frame one side of the shot on the left hand side, and then there's another couple of silver birch trees which will frame the right hand side of the shot quite nicely. So with that last shot, I was using an aperture of f7.1, the 60th of a second, and ISO 200. I'm not entirely sure about the image. I think it's slightly overexposed in the background. However, I might be able to bring that back in the editing suite later. But also I've focus stacked the image. I didn't think I was going to need to, but at f7.1 I just wanted to be absolutely sure, so I focused on 3 separate parts of the image, just 3 different silver birch trees near the front of the image, and hopefully that will get everything just nicely in focus. I decided to make my way back down that path. I'm going to head home in a few minutes, but on the way back down that path I wanted to stop and capture a couple of shots of the curve of the path. I'm stood right at the edge of the path here, and just on the path, as I look back up this way, the way I've come, there's a curve in this path which kind of leads you all the way into the woodland, and then I've got these couple of trees at this side of the path, and at the far side of the path there's this what looks like a holly bush as well. So I've kind of set that up with that tree one side, that holly bush one side of the path, and these 2 trees the other side of the path, and the path running through the image and curving as it goes up through into the woodland. And then as I turn around as well, just here, just along there's a little bit of an S-curve, and it literally goes probably about 5 to 10 feet, and it curves and then curves back. It's only a very small little spot, and I think that looks quite good as well, with the path running towards it and just that little bit of an S-curve right at the end. I don't know if I prefer the first of those 2 images or the second. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to call it a day for this vlog now. If I see any more Exmoor ponies on this path on the way down there, on the way home, then I'll try and get some video footage of them. But really, I've managed to achieve exactly what I wanted to achieve today. That was to explore somewhere slightly different in the park and see if I can capture some interesting shots. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.